So Gentry, Florida says Yamaha lost my business during COVID. I live in Florida and could not find a new 300 Yamaha to power my fully refurbished CV. Yamaha diverted all inventory to new builders and did not care about repowers. I went Suzuki which has been fantastic. Unfortunately, that's not Yamaha is not, that wasn't just a Yamaha thing. I mean, they all had that same problem. Suzuki's were a little bit better positioned because they had more of the availability, so they were able to, capture that repower market. And when you look back at everything, hindsight's 2020, and what I want to know is what is the real market capture that Suzuki actually took when it comes to the repower market in the boating industry. Because from 2020 until today, Suzuki really did they took a big chunk of the market in the repower state, the repower sector of the market, because they had the engines, they were priced right, and boom, they just unloaded on them. So I don't know if I would say, yeah, I guess Yamaha lost your business because you bought a different engine, but that was a lot of brands, a lot of boat brands, a lot of engine brands, Yamaha, Mercury, a lot of them took a big hit and lost a lot of business because they didn't have the product, which then obviously put us in the situation that we're in now. So I wouldn't throw Yamis under the bus just for that situation. But it goes back to what I was saying about, the value of something when you want it. The thing about boating and the boat industry is that whenever somebody wants to buy a boat or wants to buy an engine, it's today. It's not tomorrow. Like if you're going to spend money on something, a lot of people, especially when they're buying a boat, like if you want a boat and you got $40,000, like you want a boat today, not tomorrow, not 6 months from now, not a year from now, today, because you have the money and you want it today. So in the engines too, like if you want to repower your boat, like I want it repowered by this weekend because I want to use my boat this weekend. So the boating market, I get, it's today. It's right now. It's not tomorrow. It's not next week. So that's kind of the the FOMO or the now mentality of things in boating. Tanya Tate says, buy the smallest boat your ego can afford. Value discussion. And I mean, that's true. Buy the smallest boat your ego can afford. It's going to help your wallet out. I mean, kind of the same thing about, talking about fuel economy and stuff like that. How fast can you afford to go with your boat? It's the same thing. I think that's just a funny comment from Tania. C-Ski says, thoughts on Key Largo? Looking at one, potentially could be my first boat. 2001 Johnson 90 degree. So, or no, I mean 90 horsepower, not 90 degree. I'm thinking of a, looper or whatever. So Key Largo's nice boat, nice plain Jane. It's not a fancy boat. It's not, some extravagant boat. It's just a plain Jane 2001, probably like with a 90 horse, probably like a 17 to a 20, somewhere around there would be my guess is the size of the boat. I think they're nice. It's a 24-year-old boat, so definitely be looking at fuel tank, transom, those kinds of things, because 24 years old, that's about the time you need to start thinking about those kinds of things. Also, the engine, a 24-year-old Johnson 90 horse, how is it maintained? What's its condition look like? Is it all clapped out, ratted out, and messed up? I'd be looking about that and thinking about that. That's going to be my thoughts on that as far as if we're talking reliability. I mean, it also depends. We get these comments a lot, and the one thing that everybody always leaves out is where are you located? That makes a big difference. Are you in Wisconsin looking at a 2001 Johnson, or are you in Key Largo looking at a 2001 Johnson on the Key Largo? Big difference in location and what that boat's probably going to look like. Other than that, those are my thoughts. Ivan Vieira says, also, can you explain the program on one of your podcasts? That way we will understand it. For sure. The school program is basically a way for me to be able to help as many people as possible. So basically what I've tried to do, or what I've done, is There's a few hundred videos. So there's at least 80 plus courses with hundreds of videos, and 80% of those videos are not on YouTube. They are specific to the program. So those videos are private and they're not like made like a YouTube video where it's, all YouTubey. It's very instructional, and you do this, you do this, you do this, and it's based on all the structures on the boat, from the electrical systems on the boat to, the batteries, the battery switches, the rewires, the connectors, the connections, the tools, basically everything in the boat, your lights, your pumps, just everything on the boat, steering systems, mounting locations, all those kinds of things. It is all built into courses that then allow you to search them out and then be able to take them and learn just tons about your boat. And there are also ones that are structured that take you. One is a 3 years experience in 30 days challenge, where if you spend about a half hour a day watching these videos laid out in a specific manner, it's equivalent to 3 years of experience that you would do, just taking your boat out all the time, and with things happening to the boat, learning those experiences and putting that into a form that you can learn them really quickly. That's what it is. But at the same time, it is a community. So there is direct messaging. You could message me. There are posts all over the place where people are doing projects. So we've got a lot of people that are doing rewires or buying a boat and restoring it, or they're just looking for a boat. They're repowering boats. So everybody's got their own little project going on their boat. Somebody's dealing with bilge pump issues. Somebody's, doing a conversion from, he took a boat that's got an IO in it, took the IO out, putting a bracket on there, putting engines on there, rewiring it. So like there's different projects that people are doing, and then we're all commenting and walking through the project with them. So as they're laying stuff out, we can kind of be like, this guy's got this idea and this guy's got this idea, and kind of like eliminate some of the things that you would kind of have to learn on your own. It just has a way to help you walk through those situations. So it's extremely valuable for that kind of stuff. And then also the reason we went with school is because it makes it very easy to start the program. And then boating is very seasonal. So like when you're doing a project on your boat, again, it goes back to now and needing help now, being able to work on that project when you're done. If you're not using it and you don't want to learn anything, you can just pause it. And then, during the off season, if you don't want to use it, or a lot of people use it during the off season, but you can just restart it whenever you need to use it again, or during the boating season. So makes it very easy. And that's in a nutshell what it is, as well as weekly live streams. Every week I do a live stream where we talk about whatever you want to talk about. You ask your question and we walk through your project and go through whatever it is you got going on. Hey there, sorry to take you away from the video, but real quick, did you know that on average a boat owner will spend between $1,000 and $5,000 a year just on servicing their engine? And you could actually pocket and save a lot of that money if you would just do the service yourself. It might seem like a daunting task, but I guarantee you virtually everyone can do it with our guidance and the Boaters program. This is just one skill that you could learn inside the program, because we have hundreds of other videos teaching you all kinds of boating skills, as well as a weekly live stream where we have questions and answers with me, as well as a chat feature where you can send videos and pictures, ask all kinds of questions, or look for some advice or some guidance on a project that you're doing on your boat. And we've made it super easy because you can start and stop the program at any time. So you could actually join, do a few videos, learn a few skills, and then when you're not using your boat, like say you have an off season, you can stop using the program, pause your membership, and then when you need to use it again, you can just start the membership back up and have instant access to all the content. You can join the program by hitting the first link in the description, clicking join, or visiting bornagainboating.com. Now back to the video.